evening, NGR. Apologies for the delayed start here this evening. Had some technical difficulties. So unfortunately, I was unable to capture the sprint race for the hot hatches. But a big congrats to NGR Robinson, who took the checkered flag here at Suzuka East for the sprint race. But we do still have the feature race, a 40-lap event here at Suzuka East. And we also have a special bonus race later on this evening, which should be really cool to watch. So let's hope that makes up for the fact that I missed the sprint race. I was having some problem getting the streaming going over some copyright issues from some background music, I think. But we have got going here today. Let's take a look at the field. We have Blue Gobi, Baz, and Robinson, of course, our sprint race winner. We'll have Lorna in, General A95, Saxo, Lager, Blake, JD Green and Vamp all in the lobby. Apparently due to some, well, when I was trying to stream I was accidentally entered into the race and I took Vamp out at the start, even though I wasn't in the application. Sorry, so big apologies also to Vamp for doing that. Or was it Blake? It was somebody. I think it was Blake or Vamp. Either way, apologies. I will not make that mistake again. Everyone now coming out of the pits. As you can see, a very short racetrack here. A lot of the guys have been having problems from what I can tell. Quite a few people struggling, quite a few people though having a good time with it. So we'll just have to wait and see what these guys can do here. So of course NGR Robinson taking the win in the sprint event, as the event is due to start in the next couple of seconds. Blue Gobi there doing a few donuts in his Civic. And I believe quite a few of the guys have paired up in teams now, so they're starting to get their paint schemes into sort of, you know, corrections and stuff. We've got Polish on the pole, Lorna in second, Vamp in third, General, and Blue Gobi round out the top 5. NGR Robinson and Saxo though will have to charge from the back. They've got 40 laps. Can they do it again? The green flag is out in Suzuka. Quite a predominantly Civic front of the field right now as Vamp makes a huge launch on Polish. Polish with a very slow start. I think he's opting to go to the back. These turns have been quite crazy. General in 95 for the race lead. But Blue Gobi's to his outside. These S's, the cars slide all over the place. These front wheelers struggling for grip just a little bit. General A95 though is going to hold the lead through the S's. This will be his first lap led, I believe, in hot hatch competition for NGR. If he can hang on to it. General's going to lead his first lap in NGR competition. Blue Gobi, Vamp and Lorna though remain in the top 4. Lager up to 5th, Saxo up to 6th. Our race winner has only made up 1 place on Blake. Looks like he's going to lose that spot as Blake dives underneath. Oh, and Blake gets really loose and up the racetrack he goes into the sand. Apparently Blake led a lot of laps in the sprint event. That's going to cost him a lot of time though. Up at the front though, Blue Gobi and Vamp. What happened to General? General now all the way down to 10th. When we were looking at Blake, something must have happened there as even NGR... Oh, we got a couple of guys off. Saxo, Lorna, Vamp also off. Damage is on. This could be very costly. But with a 40-lap event, people will have to be making pit stops as Lager is the first in. Saxo follows. Running, of course, on the racetrack with damage will cost these drivers a lot of time, so those two have opted to pit in and get that repaired as soon as they can. But Blue Gobi now has almost a 3-second advantage over Baz and JD Green, who are battling for the 2nd place position. Robinson now up to 4th. he has been able to get around the Dutch drivers, Polish and General. It would appear that General has a 2.6 second penalty at this point. I'm going to assume he may have slipped over a corner. I do believe penalties are on strong as General's off. A lot of drivers have been complaining about that final turn, struggling to get the car slowed down enough. Baz slowly though biting into Gobi's lead. JD Green has run down Baz though. JD Green obviously been very successful in these hot hatch events, taking the checkered flag a few times. So the top five relatively close together. Looks like JD Green's going to give Baz a little bit of a bump in his Ford Focus. Just checking if Baz may get a penalty there. Looked like he cut the pit entrance a little bit onto the front stretch. Polish very loose out of the final turn. Let's check back in with Saxo and Lager, the two that pitted. Bit of rude messaging there on the bonnet of Mr. Saxo, running now his NGR tag, obviously for team events and things. It makes personally my job a lot easier knowing what everyone's team is and stuff. So Saxo has made his own NGR name. I believe he's the only one, apart from Robinson, running an NGR tag here tonight. Blue Gobi's lead has diminished massively, now only standing at around a second. Baz has run him down. But JD Green is right on the back bumper of Baz. He pushes him up the racetrack. He's going to get along the inside here and try and go for that position. Baz falls right in behind, trying to get the slipstream down the front stretch. Robinson, though, gaining on them all. Robinson, the sprint race winner, seems to have struggled a little bit so far in the Hot Chaps series as Baz goes for a huge slide. JD Green though now around Baz, running Gobi down very quickly. So going back to Robinson, he's taken the checkered flag once this evening after quite a slow start to the sort of pre-season. I believe he struggled at some of the events that we've been to. I believe his best finish before that was at the Nuremberg Ring, and that was some weeks ago now. But he's performing very well here at Suzuka tonight. Blue Gobi's still holding on to the lead, 7 laps in. JD Green is there. He's going to try and run on the outside, get a run on the outside, but unable to do so. The top 3 now very close together. Looks like Blue Gobi ran a little bit wide there, but JD Green's being cautious. He's not at 7 laps of 40. He's taking his time as Gobi's off. Gobi goes for a huge slide. JD Green to the race lead. General making some complaints there about possible contact on the racetrack. That would possibly explain why he went back to 10th from the race lead. But of course, if someone is there, you know, it's debatable. You have to actually be able to see it, who's in the wrong, or indeed whether it was just a racing incident and both people are equally at fault. As JD Green takes the lead and runs away with it, getting away from Robinson. Polish though now up to 4th. I believe he must have left the lobby, which is why he started on the pole, which is possibly why he decided to fall back, let the other guys past. Very respectful and very sportsmanlike to do so. So thank you to Polish for doing that for us. As he now is up to the 4th position. Baz his next target. Looks like General has retired. Saxo up to 9th, Lager in 10th. Of course they have pitted. Everyone ahead of Saxo has yet to come to the pits. So when things cycle through, Saxo will probably take the race lead, but then of course he'll have to pit again. Pitting that early, we'll probably have to make multiple stops here. JD Green for a huge slide in turn 1. Robinson back to the race lead. It's a huge gap to second. Robinson now have a 5-second advantage to second place as Baz. Everyone seems to be struggling with the handling at this racetrack. People are spinning out left, right and centre. So I think it may come down to the fact that Robinson has always been a very consistent driver, possibly not the fastest, but he makes the least mistakes. And that consistent driving style has put him in this position to take the lead and lead his first lap on lap 10. Oops, my phone should be on silent, my apologies. Blue Gobi, Lorna have opted to come to pit road on lap 9, the beginning of lap 10. Saxo will cycle around to the 6th position. I can only assume that Lager will take... Ooh, Lager seems to have fallen behind Vamp now. Lorna and Blue Gobi to the rear of the field. However, they're on the pit roads, getting some fresh tyres and fuel. Baz so far unable to gain anything on Robinson. In fact, loses another 1.5 seconds. The yellow flag is out though on the main straightaway. What is going on here? I believe this is for the lap traffic coming out. Robinson ideally needs to get around these guys as soon as he can, or let them go. Possibly letting them go would be the better option right now. Blue Gobi moving over to allow Robinson to pass. Will the other driver up ahead do the same, Lorna? The Antwerp teammates now, Saxo and Polish, running 5th and 6th on the racetrack, though a huge gap as you can see. That is Polish on the racetrack, the red triangle, and Saxo now just coming off turn 1. Still quite the gap to go, however these ahead of him have not pit. As you can see, at least the visible damage, the paintwork won't be repaired, obviously under the hood and stuff. Suspensions and that and engines can be repaired, but the paintwork, so you can see Mr. Saxo with a lot of contact there on the rear, the front and also the left side, quite severe damage. So it was probably a very good decision to come to pit road when he did so early. Let's go back to our race leader now, Robinson. As JD Green has been able to get around Baz after that spin, but JD Green now slightly running down Robinson. Let's search on the racetrack for battles. It looks like Blake has begun his attack on Polish. No, sorry. Well, Polish has got around Blake, so Polish able to make the pass on Blake. That might have been a penalty, though. That corner's tricky. It doesn't look like anything's going to happen. But I have seen, especially in the sport mode, some quite unfair penalties given out on that corner. The gap between Saxo and Blake, though, stands at 22.8 seconds. So these back 4 drivers quite a way off. However, all of these guys have pitted. 6 from back have pitted. The top 5 yet to. Blake has received a penalty. JD Green's run him down to 4.8 seconds. That is the gap between Robinson and JD Green. When will these guys decide to pit? Robinson now chasing down the car of Vamp, which I believe at this point he is driving that thing around with damage as he runs extremely wide. He gets out the way of Robinson and falls in behind him. Robinson just leading the laps now, running consistent lap times, staying ahead of the pace. As JD Green is slowly but surely catching him. These sort of back markers ahead of him are going to do him a great load of help on the straightaway. But no, JD Green wins ride. Final corner into the sandpit. He comes onto pit road. Robinson now has a 11.3 second advantage over Baz. Baz does not have anyone to draft with. Polish may get a bit of a slipstream off Baz. Blake has also come to the pits. Depending on how quick these guys are on pit road, Mr. Saxo may take fourth here. He runs a little bit wide. He saves it though, coming out of the final corner. He was unable to get out ahead of JD Green. Lap 15 now. Robinson is deciding to come in. I imagine Baz will probably do the same. I don't know how they're doing on fuel. Robinson still was 7 litres or so, by the looks of it. Baz will remain on the racetrack and take the lead away from Robinson. Robinson going for the hards once more. My guess, coming so closely to the middle point of this race, I guess Robinson will just fill her up and try and save the tyres. Of course, it's very likely that Mr. Saxo and Lager will have to pit again, so they may opt for a softer tyre compound later on. Polish to second. Robinson comes out ahead of JD Green, but only just. Mr. Saxo remains in 5th, but his teammate Polish now up to 2nd. And he is gaining on Baz. Baz though with a lot of traffic up ahead. He's got Vamp, Gobi and Lager, to be honest, in very close proximity. He may be able to use the slipstream here to get away from Polish just a little bit. Not really commented on Baz's paint scheme, but I'm just going to have to say that it's one of the nicest ones I've seen all evening. Very smart red and chrome silver type paint job there, looking very smart. Baz has gained back some time on Polish. Saxo is in again. Interesting strategy from Saxo. We'll have to see what he does. As you can see, he's got quite a lot of fuel in. Is he going to get some tyres? Well, I'm assuming he's definitely going to get tyres. It looks like he has enough fuel to make to the end. 51 litres gets him to the end. He may have had a bit more damage that we missed. Polish is now in. Baz still out on the racetrack here. I'm going to assume he's going to come in either this lap, between this lap and 20. Actually, with Polish having 4 litres of fuel, I reckon he only has 2 litres before he's completely out. 2 laps, sorry, before he's completely out. Robinson, though, still holding the 2nd place position. If Baz comes to pit road, it will likely cost him around 20 seconds, so he will reclaim the lead. But it's all down to Baz's strategy. What's he going to do? I believe he's going to have to come in this time. He can possibly stay out another lap. Well, I think even for the tyres, it's likely we'll see him come in this time. No, Baz stays out on the racetrack once more. He may be saving fuel as Blue Gobi goes for a spin right in front of him. The Vamp is in. 0 litres of fuel, just makes it in. Baz must be running some sort of fuel mileage scheme here. Saving just a little bit. He probably wants to get to halfway then if he's going to save fuel at all. JD Green though has caught Robinson. He's whittled that gap down to only 1.5 seconds as Robinson goes for a bit of a slide, but he's able to capture it. But that's a lot of time lost to JD Green. JD Green now right on his back bumper. How patient will Green be? As he goes to the outside. He's going to get the run on the outside. Robinson back down to third as Baz has come in with 1 litre of fuel to spare. JD Green, though, is your race leader at the halfway point. Saxo remains in 6th since we last caught up with him. He has gained 10 seconds on the race leaders, and that includes a pit stop. What are you doing, cat? I'm busy. Apologies for the cat screaming. JD Green has stretched his lead to 1.5 seconds over Robinson. Took that corner almost perfectly there. He's going to gain quite a bit of time down the front stretch, I imagine. Not as much as I presumed. Don't know what happened there. Vamp off. It'll appear Vamp has retired. Our fastest lap though goes to JD Green so far with 53.4. Let's just take a look at the live timing board to speculate who our fastest drivers are right now. The fastest driver though by a fair margin has been JD Green in terms of lap time. Saxo though just under 2 tenths behind in terms of the fastest lap. He's your 6th place driver. And Robinson, who's led quite a few laps tonight so far in the feature race, is 7 tenths behind JD Green's time. So, not terrible, but it's not what he wants. If JD Green now in the lead, unless he can pick up the pace a little bit, JD Green may capture that checkered flag. Blake though, huge spin in turn 1. That's going to lose him over a second to the 4th place car of Baz. Take a look at the front. Polish now in 3rd place. 15 seconds separates him and the race leader. What is going to happen? With less than 20 laps to go here at Suzuka East. Blake though, another spin in turn 1. Not his favourite corner by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of people seem to be struggling at either end of the racetrack. It's either the final corner that Robinson is taking right now, or it's turn 1 that Lorna has decided to run through at this moment. You step out and you hit that apron, and then you get into the grass. You just go around. And Polish quite slow through the final corner. That's going to allow Baz to get quite a run on him and take 3rd away. I'm not sure if he thought he might have corner cut there, so just slowed down to avoid receiving a penalty. These two battle for the 3rd place position. Baz is able to get around him and clear him, but Polish will follow very tightly behind. JD Green has pushed his lead to a 6.6 second advantage over Robinson, whether these two seem to be quite far ahead, with the third place car being 15 seconds back from Robinson. So these two quite the way out in front here. Who's that in between them? That is Blue Gobi, that sits between Green and Robinson right now. As we're closing on 15 to go. The pressure's going to start to build for these drivers now to make moves. Saxo, only 8 seconds separates him and his teammate Polish. Of course, Mr. Saxo on the board is technically the second fastest driver on the circuit right now. Of course, that accident at the beginning of the race did not do him any favours. Does he have enough time to make his way up to the front of the field? We'll have to wait and see. Baz has been able to get away from Polish a little bit, but we'll see if that stays that way. Let's check him on Lager, one of the guys that pitted first, Dave's teammate, NGR Robinson's teammate. Was involved in that heavy incident earlier on with Mr. Saxo. Obviously, those two went to pit road. Lager not being able to make up much ground since then, as he's currently battling our race leader into turn 1. Would like to stay on the lead lap, but Green is on the inside. Lager moves out of the groove. Struggles to get back into it though, but he's able to. Gobi and Blake round out the end of the field. Just noticed Lorna's quite nice martini paint scheme on her Focus, or his Focus, I don't know. Blake's running quite a simple, is that a blue or is that more of a purple? I can't quite tell actually. With a, I'm assuming that tractor on the back's like warning slow vehicles or something. And of course that's the number 69. Oh, and the two make heavy contact! Blake's going to get the worst of it though. I'm not quite sure what happened. Would have to see a replay. It looked like the two just both thought they were going to give each other a bit more room than that. And the two obviously made contact there. As JD Green now up to the back bumper of Blake. That is definitely purple in the... You see, it's not purple in the... when it's not, but in the headlights it's purple, isn't it? Quite clearly purple. Baz remains in third. He's now gained 6.6 seconds on Polish, as Saxo has ran down his teammate. Only 1.7 seconds separates them. And that gap getting smaller and smaller. JD Green must have had some sort of incident. The lead now only 1.4 seconds. As we approach 11 to go here at the line. Robinson can see Green through his windshield now. That may get him to try and drive it a little bit harder. JD Green so fast around here. Robinson's going to have to be faster. That is the gap between 1 and 2. Not a lot at all, but Green is back to pulling away. But if he makes another mistake like he must have done, as Green comes to pit road with 10 laps to go, Robinson reclaims the lead. Green with 11 litres of fuel. He's going to come in. Whoa, his wheels went really broken there. I think that must have been a multiplayer spectator glitch, because I'm pretty sure the suspension and axles wouldn't allow for that. But he's out. 22 litres must be all he needs to make it to the end. Robinson now with a 12-second advantage over Green. Does Robinson have enough fuel? Has he been saving fuel? Are his tyres in good enough shape to stay out? We'll have to wait and see. He might just have to come in for a splash. Baz and Green very close together now. Less than a second separates them. Saxo has been able to get around his teammate Polish. Gobi in 8th, Blake in 9th. JD Green just coming out of the final corner. NGR Robinson just going through the first one. That is the gap. $14 seconds now. Baz is up to second. Whoa, what happened to JD Green? JD Green must have had another accident. He's dropped all the way down now to 8th. Baz to second, Saxo to 3rd. The gap though between our race leader NGR Robinson and Saxo stands at 20.9 seconds. JD Green has lost... What? Where's Green? Green's there. Where's Robinson? What? I think we might be having another GT Sport leaderboard glitch, guys. I'm gonna assume that Green is actually in second still. JD Green is still in second. He has 11 seconds gap to the race leader, as you can see on the right there. 10 seconds now. But it's showing him... No. Where's Dave then? What? It's showing JD Green as a lap down for some reason. NGR Robinson has 7 laps to hold on. JD Green though only less than 10 seconds separates him and Robinson. Robinson needs to hold him off just under a second a lap if he wants to win this race. And of course that would be 2 checkered flags here tonight for him at Suzuka East. I mean, that is how you dominate an event at a track. You win them both. You win the sprint race from wherever, and you win the second race from the rear. As he comes out of this corner, it'll be 6 to go. JD Green, 8.1 seconds. Blue Gobi into the pits. It said JD Green was in second there for some reason again, and now he's back to... I don't know. I think it's JD Green. It's got to be JD Green. Yeah, there's JD Green coming out of turn 1 now. 7.4 seconds to the race leader. Lager, though, is ahead. That's his teammate. Will Lager block for his teammate? No, Logger is off. Green has surpassed him. As Robinson comes out of the corner, 5 laps to go. Can he hold on? The battle for the win here is going to be interesting. There is JD Green in the background. Less than half at the straightaway now separates the two. Of course, Robinson has not pitted again, so he must be running a different fuel mileage system as he comes through the S's. He's going to have to be ever so smooth and consistent here. Of course, JT Green will also have better tyres, most likely. Four laps to go. Roughly 3 minutes. Well, 3.5 minutes. Separate Robinson or JT Green from tonight's trophy. The Antwerp twins, we'll call them, I don't know their official team name, Saxo and Polish, running strong in 3rd and 4th right now. I don't think they'll be caught up by anyone else. Saxo may or may not catch Baz. Well, no, I suppose they're technically 4th and 5th, aren't they? JD Green, reeling him in. We're going to stay with our race leader NGR Robinson to see if he can make it. Just another 3 more laps. Where's JD Green? JD Green must have made another mistake. The time now launches back up. That mistake could have cost him the win. That is exactly what NGR Robinson needed at this moment in time. Just a simple slip up from JD Green. May allow Robinson, if he can keep it on the racetrack like he has done all night, to go back to back at Suzuka. I believe this is the only team in the Hot Hatch League running the Clios. I don't even think they'd kissed a podium up until Robinson won the sprint race tonight. At the line, 2 laps to go. JD Green, 3.8 seconds. He's going to have to gain almost 2 seconds a lap now to even get up to Robinson, never mind pass him. I feel like Robinson's tyres are going. The speeds have definitely gone down in Robinson's camp. But to be honest, JD Green isn't running the fastest lap times either. 40 laps here, I can imagine, is quite grueling. With those, especially with those S's. The white flag is out for Robinson. It's now put JD Green back on second, and then it pushed him all the way down to the bottom again. I have no idea what the hell it did that for. It makes flicking between the two very hard. But NGR Robinson on his final lap. JD Green may have just run out of time. All NGR Robinson now has to do is make it through these S's cleanly. He can't afford a mistake. JD Green ever so fast all night. There's going to be a lot of heartbreak for him. There he is. That's the gap he's managed to pull back again. But unfortunately, JD Green's going to run out of time. NGR Robinson's going to win at Suzuka East. What a cracking job by NGR Robinson. Consistent all night. Well deserved. That is 2 wins for NGR Robinson tonight, so congratulations to that team. Congratulations also to JD Green for losing all that, well, those mistakes that happened, but he was able to drive right back up there, just ran out of time there in the end. If there'd been a few more laps, I reckon the story would have been very different. Baz will finish in 3rd, Saxo 4th, Polish will come across to take the top 5. And there are your full race results, and then we also had a few people that dropped out. So congratulations to all participants on putting on a hell of a show here at Suzuka East. What a crazy track that was. It's crazy. But now I take you to victory lane with NGR Robinson. He's got a very similar helmet to me, I've just noticed. So good choice on the helmet design. Be interesting to see the bonus race though, ladies and gentlemen. I am proud to announce we're going to be doing a Raptor race. So not Hot Hatch, but it should be good either way. Congratulations once again to NGR Robinson. What a performance. We've not seen that side of NGR Robinson so far in the previous races. Oh god, they were racing at 5 in the morning, really? I wouldn't be up for that. Let's just do a quick check of what the conditions were. I didn't get a chance to do this for the race, so mechanical damage was on heavy. Tyre wear ×2, fuel ×2, fair enough. That heavy damage though will definitely explain Lager and Saxo's trip down pit road very early on in the race. So still very impressive though for Saxo to come up into 4th. Quite special to see. Oh god. And Joe Robinson says, I'd like to thank our sponsor Durex for helping me come first. God. Moving swiftly on. So I believe next up will be the Raptor race. I'm not sure if we're doing it here. I'm pretty sure a lot of the field may be upset if that is the case. So he's talking about the Raptor race. NGR Robinson, of course, the host of the Hot Hatch series here in GT Sport World. Apologies guys if you can hear me sniffling a bit. I've had some quite spicy chicken for tea. So it's made me nose a little bit runny. Let me buy one. Ooh. So voting is taking place now for the Raptor race. I'm not sure if they were picking a track or they were going to do this. I suppose we'll just see where we end up. Northern Isles Speedway, half task 10, sunny. 40 laps. Well, I don't know if that's the settings we'll actually be going with. So this race just going to be a bit of fun. I can actually take out my Raptor just for... the settings haven't changed yet. But I'll just run a quick few laps, see what it's like actually, because I haven't really run the Raptor much. I ran a few laps at Brands Hatch Indy to get some pictures of it, my paint scheme of it. But that was it. Practice goes in place. You can go to the track at the end of the race. I want to spectate, but there's no one to spectate, I guess. Yes. I think it'd be actually quite interesting to see. I'm just going to quickly take my Expo out. While we wait. Got these things on super quickly. And I'm dead. That was good. So let's... Oh, I see. So this is what he meant, because we're doing the fully tuned ones. So I can't... Oh, I can. I can get the power up to N700, so it's compatible. God. I'm just going to run an out lap, 2 laps and come back in. No, not on soft hards, Jesus Christ. Just quickly change that. Don't want to slide all over the place and kill some people. No pain, no gain, looking like you had a... Got a Jurassic Park scheme. Be interesting to see everyone's Raptor schemes. Only seen a couple of these, including my own. That was my couple of laps. Just quickly cancel my entry. There is NGR Robinson. It's a beautiful Ford Raptor there. Lorna running, what does that say? Track. I have no idea what those words say, but they've been in a heavy contact with something. Baz in the Jurassic Park scheme. That looks awesome. General coming out. Polish also looks like he's gone for the plane wrap. General A95 in his Monster Energy Ford Raptor. Oh, Baz looks like he made contact with Lorna. He's even coloured the wheels in to match the paint scheme. Beautiful stuff. Blue Gobi in the blue Ford. Polish also in a blue Ford. Currently running the fastest lap times on the track right now. Man, that thing's flying around. He's got a 5-second penalty though for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe a bit of wall contact. NGR Saxo has returned to the lobby. Polish is going to catch Blake really hard though. That could have been a lot worse. Looks like these guys are going to have the main trouble. Whoa, as Polish goes for a big slide on the front straightaway. Is that how quickly his tyres have gone? I'm not sure. He's presumably running like super softs or whatever. There, let's get extremely loose already off the corner. Oh, he keeps it off the wall. Very nice save by Polish. Let's hop in now with Elias. No pain, no gain. He's got a black Ford Raptor. Currently running. He's currently the fastest on the racetrack. Polish still with the fastest lap done in this session. These guys are going to have to keep it off the wall at each other. Oh, there's someone, a Baz hard into the inside wall. He's going to pull in front of Elias. General's in the wall. No pain, no gain, and Gobi look like they made contact there. Saxo has come out in what looks like a sheriff truck. Very cool. Let's see what Mr. Saxo can do in his Ford Raptor, straight to the top of the chart with a 16.5. Didn't take Mr. Saxo long to put a good lap time in. Can he best it here? Into the wall a bit. I'm not going to do it this time. As Lorna goes around, looks like these things are a bit unstable. I believe NGR Robinson has made quite the crazy setup for them. It might be who survives that becomes tonight's crazy Ford Raptor race winner. Saxo diving underneath Elias now. Almost free wide. Elias and JD Green make contact. Let's take a look at JD Green's scheme. Oh, he's gone for like an old Eddie Stobart, the big trucks, the transportation company. Very nice scheme. I'm just going to put in the race chat that, oh my god guys, you're all going to die. Excuse me. Of course, the guys presumably going to be allowed to run a bit of practice here. It's the first time I think they've been running this setup, never mind at this bonkers racetrack and this bonkers car. Mr. Saxo in the pits. Baz, that car looks so cool. I think Baz wins paint scheme of the race award. Actually, between Saxo, Baz and the Eddie Stobart guy, I think he's gone off to make adjustments to his setup. Yeah, it was JD Green, wasn't it? Oh, and Lorna's around. Heavy contact. things do sound really cool on the replay flying around here. Oops. Robinson into the wall. Polish with a fast lap time now is 16.2. Very quick for that driver there. In other news, man overdoses on Viagra, strips naked and then throws his poo at everyone. That news just coming in. NGR Robinson saying, right, let's get this done. I imagine friendships will be destroyed after this race. The final is beginning. General will be on the pole. No gain, no gain. Gobi, Saxo, Lorna around at the top 5. Polish, Baz and Robinson round out the rest of the field. Starting start is probably the most dangerous thing that these guys have done tonight here. Green flag is out. General with a good launch though. And now they all get into each other. Not a lot of room at all. General though leads the way. Gobi right on his tail though, a few guys into the wall, that look like Baz. .30 laps here at the Northern Ireland Speedway. Someone's on a pit road very early. Who is that that's on the apron at the front? That is Robinson. Looks like he may have received quite a bit of damage. General still out front though. Couple of trucks now coming down to pit road. Polish, Gobi, Lorna, no pain, no gain are the only ones still on the racetrack, these 5. General hard into the wall though. Polish will take the lead. Gobi, Lorna and no pain, no gain. Still the top 5 as General gets super loose on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to come down pit road. Polish now with a 2-second advantage over Gobi. Will also set the fastest lap of the race so far. Baz now coming off pit road ahead of Gobi. Polish opting to run the high line. He's almost running up right against that wall. Gobi is in. When things cycle around, no pain, no gain, we'll take the second spot. Lorna and Robinson there running in a small pack. Robinson though a lap down in 8th. Saxo looks like he's struggling a little bit. Looks like he got onto the wall a bit there off of turn 2. And No Pain No Gain is in. Gobi still on pit road. Saxo jumps to the outside of Lorna, the second place driver at this moment in time. Lorna goes around right in front of Polish. I think Polish has lapped the field as he comes in. Lorna will also venture down pit road. When things cycle through, I'm going to assume No Pain No Gain will take it. Polish though still in prime position here. Gobi has just gone around him on the pit road. No Pain No Gain, Saxo, Polish in general now make up the top 5 as Polish comes in. Blue Gobi only a couple of seconds ahead of No Pain No Gain and Polish. Where are these guys running? These guys running very close together now. Baz is in. Closing on halfway. Whoa! No Pain No Gain, very loose. He spins around. Saxo and Polish though make it through. They round out your top 3. Blue Gobi now with a 4.2 second advantage over the rest of the field as Saxo goes underneath Polish. Side by side for second place. Polish is going to get the run on the outside though, he'll have to see. Yeah, you get the better run on the outside. It may take him a few laps by the looks of it at this rate to get around Saxo on the bottom. So the two make a bit of contact. When these trucks get in the corners, they can become magnets. It's quite hard to stay off one another. Polish is going to try and run around the outside of Lorna here. He is able. Saxo is on the hunt though, trying to get around Lorna himself. He's able to do so. 5th place though. Robinson looked like he just pancaked the inside wall. So General and Saxo may have made contact. General has decided to come to pit road. We're now past halfway. Polish has run down Gobi. Only 1.2 seconds separates Polish and Gobi now, and that time is slowly going down. That is the gap between first and second. It's Polish just sets a 15.3, a 16.3, sorry. Polish though dives it underneath Gobi for the race lead. Saxo now up into 3rd. He's not got a long way to go. Robinson though now in 4th. Baz currently the last running vehicle on the racetrack in 8th. But No Pain No Gain is in the pits. Will this allow Baz to get around? I think No Pain No Gain is going to fall ahead of Lorna there. I just hit contact. Saxo though now catching Gobi. Will Saxo be able to get around him? At this moment there are 9 laps to go. That's only 18 more corners here at this very short oval. Half-mile oval. Saxo moves it underneath Gobi. He wasn't able to get around his teammate on the inside, but he will get around Gobi. 2.3 seconds separates Saxo and Polish, our top 2 current runners. general there on the inside. Oh, I just heard a big bang. Baz goes around. Oh, that's heavy impact on the back straight away. I heard someone crash before that though, but they must have kept it going straight. Saxo is reeling in. It's Polish. 5 laps to go. Saxo dives in his teammate. Saxo to the race lead at Northern Isle. As he comes out of the final corner, it will only be 4 laps to go. Will he be able to hold Polish off? 6 more corners. Baz hits the wall right in front of Saxo there. Scary moment for Saxo. Could have been taken out if the accident occurred. We had a car slide onto the racetrack. Who was that? Big incident. Lorna. Oh, and Polish has been taken out. Lorna came up the racetrack and into the path of Polish. Saxo's going to come out of the final corner with a 5-second advantage. Take the white flag. One more time around. Saxo seemed to struggle at the beginning of this race, but very quickly got the understanding of the truck, what he can and can't do with it. Out of the final corner, NGR Saxo's going to win at the Speedway. Gobi and Saxo, the only 2 trucks to finish on the lead lap. Polish is going to get 3rd after all of that. Robinson 4th. No pain, no gain. 5th. General 6th. Lorna 7th. Baz 8th. And then, of course, I think we had a few DNFs. But congratulations to Mr. Saxo winning the first crazy Ford Raptor race. I don't know if we'll be doing more of those. I think people may be a bit annoyed. But it was very cool to watch. So thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's stream. Apologies for missing the sprint race of the hot hatches. As I said, there was a few technical difficulties going on my end, but now that's been sorted and rectified. On behalf of all of NGR, I've been Jamie Scrafton, and we'll see you at the next race event. Take care.